Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, California Resources Corporation, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the Kern High School District, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Do the Math. I'm Michael.
And I'm Tracy, and you can reach us here in Bakersfield at 661-636-4357. You can reach us from San Luis Obispo toll free at 1-866-636-6284. Email us at dothemath@kern.org. You can watch us online, dothemathonline.net. And don't forget social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
All right. Well, Tracy said you have a lot of different ways to get a hold of us, and we do have phone tutors available until 5:30, as we do most Tuesdays and Wednesdays throughout the regular school year. And we have a lot of things going on. We have a visit out to the ROC. We'll be visiting Scott out there in a little bit. We have a very special guest in studio. We have the phone tutors available. And before we get to any of that, let's first take a look at today's Math in the News. All right, so Tracy, do you have any idea what the big news event of the day is in Kern County?
The fair.
Yes it is. All right. Actually, today is the opening day for the fair. And we want to bring that up because the Kern County Fair are very good friends of ours, because every student that phones in to do the math and we do one of your math problems on air, you will automatically receive a ticket to go to the Kern County Fair.
Nice.
Always new things going on at the fair.
Right.
And always some old standbys. So is there anything, now do you go to the fair?
We go.
Have you been to the fair?
We go every year.
Okay, and is there anything that you look forward to when you go to the fair?
It's like the food.
Okay, so the food. So is there a particular item you go for right away?
So we don't eat like terrible during the year, so this is our cheat
this is your
time.
opportunity
so
to...
like if it's fried, we're in. So
Okay.
just about everything.
All right. Well, you know what? It's nice that you brought up food and you had no idea where I'm going
No,
with this. But on the other side of the paper was a news story about Kern County regaining the top spot in ag.
Oh.
All right. So Kern's 2017 ag production tops previous year by 1%. Now the 1%, some kids might, well, it was a big deal, 1%. All right. They're also beating Tulare and Fresno counties. Now, it says that the gross value of the crops produced in Kern County came out to be $7.25 billion, topping the other two counties, which were at $7.04 and $7.03 billion.
It's a lot.
So there's a lot of money traveling in the Central Valley as far as the ag production goes. And when you take a look at the little graphic that I brought in, these are the top ag products last year. So the first one, grapes. Then we have almonds. We have citrus, then milk, pistachios. And I don't know if that was just a typo thing on the newspaper right there, but it goes 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. And we can see as far as the number in millions,
I think it's
it
a
actually
typo.
does
Yeah.
look in the right order, but they may put the wrong ones up there. And then carrots. One time I heard there more carrots produced here than anywhere else in the world combined. So
That's a lot.
big carrot capital also. And that is today's Math in the News. The amount of ag in Kern County, #1 in the entire nation at $7.25 billion. That's a lot of food, isn't it? You think that would be? Yeah, so would I. Well, a lot of food right there. Anyway, we have Stanley with us this afternoon. And Stanley, why don't you let everybody know where you go to school and what grade you're in?
I'm in 4th grade and I go to Stockdale Elementary.
All right, so you're in 4th grade, so that means you have moved from the primary grades to the intermediate grades. So what is one thing you've noticed about being in 4th grade that is a lot different than 3rd grade?
Every Wednesday after lunch, we have 5 minutes left and we go home.
Oh, there you go. So as soon as you get through with lunch, you've only got a couple of minutes and then it's an early out and off you go. So that must be pretty cool like that. But you know what? You're in here and you're on Do the Math, so we're going to make you do some math. So Stanley, over to the board with Tracy. And you had said that you have started, or not, you know your multiplication tables, but you're not quite clear on multiplying multi-digit numbers yet, right? So let's go ahead and do this. So Tracy, why don't you write up on the board 23 times 24. And you know what? Let's forget, move to a different part of the board. Maybe to your left.
Oh, we got one. There we go.
There you go. So 23 times 24. So Stanley, this is something a little new for you, right? But you know the basics. You know your multiplication tables. So Tracy's going to go through with you kind of how to do this type of problem. All right?
Okay, so we're gonna first, how we start is we're gonna go up and over. So go up, what would that be? 4 times 3. How much is it? Okay.
12.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it. Here, we'll work that. There we go. So it's 12?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what's 4 times 2?
4 times 2 is 8.
Plus 1.
Plus 4, 8, plus 1, 9.
So you're gonna write a 9 right there. Perfect. Now when you start this, we're gonna start where the 2 is, okay? So we're lining them up. So 2 times 3 is?
2 times 3 is 6.
So you're gonna put it right underneath here. You can make that a 6. Perfect. So now what's 2 times 4?
2 times 4 is 8.
So you're gonna, 2 times 2, my apologies.
2 times 2 is 4.
So then where you put the 4 right here. Perfect. Now we're gonna put a line underneath it and we're gonna erase that because there's really not anything there. Okay, and then when you go ahead and add, do you know how to add these up now?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give us a total.
Okay. 138.
Okay. So let's do this one more time, real quick. So we're gonna line them up. So this goes right down here. So what number goes here? What number is that?
2.
Put a 2 there. Okay, now what's 9 plus 6?
15.
So now you write a 5 there. And we put a 1 up here. And then what's 4 plus 1?
5.
Awesome. So what's our total?
552.
Very good.
All right, there you go. So that's one way to multiply, and as the day goes on, we'll show you some other different ways to multiply as well. 636-4357 is the phone number. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30, and every Wednesday we do go out to a business and find out how they apply math and what they do. Let's do that right now. We'll head on out to the ROC, visit Scott, and see what's up.
Hey, thanks, Mike. We're here live at the Regional Occupational Center here in Southeast Bakersfield. We're pleased to have Principal Brian Miller with us. Brian, thanks for being with us, man.
Thanks. Good to be
Appreciate
here,
you being
Scott.
here.
Thank you.
We always like to know what's going on out here because it's so different than all the other high schools in the district, right? All the other programs. So tell us a little bit about the history of ROC and what goes on at this place.
All right, so this is the career training school for the Kern High School District. We have all juniors and seniors out here. Any student who goes to a Kern High School District school is eligible to come out here. So we've got 23 feeder schools. They come here for a 3-hour program a day as part of their school day. They get high school credits. A lot of our programs have college credits embedded in them as well. And they just pick a program that they're interested in. You know, they're all career related. 27 different programs ranging from, we've got lots of healthcare programs like dental assistant, medical assistant. We've got some of the industrial technology programs like welding and auto shop, diesel mechanic. a lot of technology programs, 3D animations, networking, those types of things, business programs. Just a wide variety, really something for everyone out here.
Yeah, they're busy.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So they're concurrently enrolled in school, though, right? So they go to school for half day.
Correct.
And then the students are also here for half day. So they kind of still get the background
Yeah.
book knowledge, but they get the real experience here as well.
Yeah, so there are morning students that come here. They go back to their homeschool site, at 10:30, and they take their, math or English or whatever classes they need back there in the afternoon. And our afternoon students come in about 11:45. That class starts, so they spend the mornings at their homeschool site doing those classes over there.
Right, gotcha. How long has this place been around? It's such a neat program for those students who, first of all, can't see it maybe the whole entire day in the classroom, but secondly, they just get that hands-on experience before they even graduate. How long has it been around?
So this campus here was built in 1985, so about 33 years old.
Okay.
And it's just great opportunity for kids to really explore a career path and get a head start on what they want to do next.
Right. And the teachers here, a little bit different than your typical teacher, right? Not necessarily right from college to teaching credential to the classroom. They have some experience in the field, and that's what really makes you different.
Yeah, we require all of our teachers have to have industry experience before they come, before they're hired. So we really want to bring people in that are experienced in the field that they're going to be teaching in, and it's great because it just brings a great perspective into the classroom. These guys out here have been there, done that, and they're able to kind of teach that, bring that perspective into their students and share that with them.
Right.
So
So the place is a little bit older, but at the same time, we have some really exciting things going on in the future. Where are we going next? Because it sounds like it's getting so big, you might even burst the bubble here at this facility.
Right. So we've doubled our population in the last couple years, and so we're expanding right now. And so we've got two major construction projects going on. One of them on this campus, where we're adding some new facilities out here and remodeling some existing buildings, putting in some new programs out here that we've never had before, like a cosmetology program.
There you go.
Got a culinary arts program coming out here, and a construction trades one. So those are ones we haven't had out at this campus before, or really in the district, and so we're excited to get those going.
Yeah.
And then in Southwest Bakersfield, right next to Independence High School, construction is underway on our sister campus over there, and that's CTech, our Career Technical Education Center. Same exact model as ROC here, just with the Southwest location. So that campus will be done in, right now we're looking at December of 2019. So we're really a little more than a year away from being able to open that, and just more opportunities for students.
Exciting.
Yeah,
And so
it's very cool.
some programs will be located here, some will be there. Just depends on which one a student would like to go to. They would pick one of those programs, and then that would determine which campus they go to, right?
That's exactly right, Scott. So we'll have on our website, you can kind of see what programs we offer now, but as we, over the next couple months, we'll kind of be identifying which ones will be at CTech, which ones will be at ROC. So when students start applying online, which happens starting November 1st through the beginning of March, they'll kind of know, hey, here's which school I'd be going to next year.
Well, we really want to know a little bit more specifically about one of the programs, and we're going to go look at that when we come back. We're going to go to the mobile apps classroom and see what those students are doing in there, see what their instructors are doing. It's kind of an exciting deal. So when we come back, we'll take a look at those projects they're doing. At the moment, though, we're going to go back to the studio and have Mike do some problems with our special guest in studio.
All right, thanks for that, Scott. 636-4357 is the phone number. Tracy's in here with Stanley, and we have Stanley working on some multiplication today. But first, we're going to go to the phones, and a student from Highland Elementary.
I'm on right now.
Yes, Jenna, how are you? Hello?
Good.
And what grade are you in?
Fourth.
You're in fourth grade. All right, so I want you listening up, all right? See if you can do this problem while she's working on it, all right? Here's your pencil and paper. You work on it. Jenna, as soon as you're ready, let's hear the math problem that you're working on.
All right. So I need help on this math problem. 4,000 minus 1,731.
Okay, Jenna, so I put it on the board. Can you help me just a little bit? Walk me through what you might do in this problem?
All right. So you can't take away 0 from 1, and you can't take away 0 from 3, and you can't take away 0 from 7. So you go to the 4, you cross out, make it a 3, you make the 0 a 10, you cross out, make it a 9, and then take your other 0, make it a 9, because then you're going to make your other 0 a 10, and then 10 take away.
So Jenna, hold on. I was trying to follow you just a tiny bit. So you're telling me that my first number I'm going to cross off, and I'm making it a 3 instead of a 4, correct?
Yes.
And then my next number is a 0, and I'm making that a 10?
Yes.
My next number is a 0, and I'm making that a 10?
Yes.
And my next number is a 0, and I'm making that a 10, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now go ahead and tell me.
All right. So, when you cross out the 3, you have to cross out that other 10, make it a 9.
Okay.
And then cross out the other 10, make it a 9.
Okay.
And now you have 10 take away 1 is 9.
Okay.
And now you do 9 take away 3, which is 6.
And then 9 take away 7 is
2.
And then 3 take away 1 is 2?
Yes.
Okay. So Jenna, you did an awesome job, by the way. So our total would be 2,269. Is that correct?
Yes.
You did awesome. That was very well how you explained it. So thank you very much, Jenna.
So Jenna, are you still on the line with us?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to have you do another problem, all right? So go ahead and erase the board. That one was, now that you've got it under control, let's try another one. So Stanley, give me a number in the thousands.
3,000.
3,000? All right, so let's go, we'll do 3,000 again. Now let's try this. Minus 2,487.
Jenna, are you ready? Can you help me again on this problem? So we have 3,000, take away 2,487. Can you help me with the problem?
Yes.
So how do I start the problem?
So first, you go to the 3, you make it a 2,
Okay.
and then you make the 0 a 10,
Okay.
and then you cross off the 10, make it a 9.
Okay.
Then you go to the 0, the other 0, make it a 10, and then cross it off and make it a 9.
Okay. And then the last 0 is a 10, correct?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, go ahead and walk me through it.
All right, so 10 take away 7 is 3,
Okay.
and 9 take away 8 is 1,
Okay.
and 9 take away 4 is 5.
Okay.
So 3 take away 2 is 1. So it'd be
But
1,513.
Jenna, didn't we cross off the 3 and make it a 2?
Oh yeah.
So we're
So-
done. You did great. Our answer is 513. You did awesome.
Nicely done, Jenna. And I just wanted you to do one more right there. And since the fair opens today, they're good friends of ours. They have provided us with some tickets to hand out, so congratulations to you. You will be attending the Kern County Fair. 636-4357 is the phone number. Phone tutors are available until 5:30. We've got Stanley in studio. You did pretty well with those subtraction problems. Good. That's enough of that. Back to the board.
Come here.
Let's go. You're multiplying again. All right, here we go. So this time, let's do 24
I'm going to write it right up here, and then we'll come right back. Okay, 24.
times 26. And I'd like you to do this multiplication problem a different way than the way you did the last one.
Okay, so I'll set it up like the area model, and we'll see if we can do it that way. So the area model, we'll just do this, and we'll put this here and here. So the way we do it is we break it down. This would be 20 plus 4 times 20 plus 6. So then we would write 24 and 26. And then this would be here and here. So now, Can you go ahead and try to do those? So what would 20 times 20 be?
20 times 20. 100. 400.
Perfect. So you're going to put 400 there. Okay. And now what's 20 times 4?
20 times 4. I don't know.
So what would 4 times 2 be?
4 times 2 is 8.
So you're going to put an 8 right there?
80.
Correct. Nicely done. Okay, so now we're going to do these two problems. So what's 6 times 20? And it will go here.
It's 20. 112.
120. But you did good.
120.
Okay, and then what 6 times 4 goes here?
6 times.
So then all we have to do is add all the numbers. So we can put all the numbers in a row and add them that way, or you can add the 2 columns. But let's just put all the numbers. So if you want to walk right here, we're going to start, and you just start with 400. Remember, you have to line them up. Okay, our next number, we're going to put 120. Okay, our next problem, we're going to put 80. Our next problem is 24. Okay, so we're going to put a line down it, and I'm going to move this up just a tiny bit. And can you add them now? And make sure you keep the lines. I'm going to put lines down so you know.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, try again.
Are we adding these?
We are. We're just adding them straight down.
Minus 4.
Okay. So would the 1 carry up?
The 1 carry up.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it. You got it? Awesome. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, 5, 6.
Perfect. So what's our final answer? We're gonna put it right down here.
624.
Nice, very nice.
There you go. Well done, Stanley. Always a variety of ways to multiply. So what you do is you just try all the different ways, and then you find one that works well, and then you keep on practicing with that, and then always try various ways to do different math problems. All right, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30. We're going to go back to the phones. A busy day today. Mary Lee, how are you today?
Good.
And you're at Stern Middle School?
Yes.
What grade are you in?
7.
All right, as soon as you're ready, let's hear the math problem.
Steve wants to buy a new stereo. The city that he lives in charges a 5% sale tax. So every $100 he spends, he has to pay tax of $5. If the stereo he wants is $250, how much tax will he have to pay?
Okay, I got this one. So before we do the 100 equals $5, let's forget that right now, because really it's just 5%. You're telling me is the tax on 250. So let's do this. We'll be putting the 2, what we'd call like fractions or ratios. Does your teacher say that they're fractions or ratios?
Yes.
Okay, so if I have 5%, can you tell me what it would be part to whole? So can you tell me what the fraction would be for 5%? It would be what over what? So if 5%, would it be like 10 over 100? What would be the fraction?
5 over 100.
Okay. And then because we're looking at $250, is that whole or part of the money?
Whole.
So we'll put that on the bottom. Okay, so now how would your teacher teach you if you had 5 over 100 equals x over 250?
I didn't hear.
How would your teacher teach you if you did 5 over 100 equals x over 250? How would you complete the problem?
I would
Does your
Fine.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
find out what the X means or what
Perfect.
the X is.
So we're just trying to figure out what X is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are fractions? Are fractions division lines?
Yes.
Okay. So what is 5 divided by 100? What would 5 divided by 100 be?
I'm doing the math real quick.
Would you have to do the math, or could we just move the decimal over?
Move the decimal over.
So if we move the decimal over with the 5, how many times would we move it over if it's over 100?
1.
If there are 2 zeros, how many times would we move it over?
2.
So then, therefore, our decimal would be 5 100ths. And now we're going to go ahead and let's multiply that by the 250 that we have left. So do you have, can you multiply 250 times the 5/10 or 5 cents?
Yeah.
Okay, what would our answer be?
$250.
Okay, so I'm going to do it for you again just really quickly to try to figure it out. It's 250, and we're going to multiply it by 5 cents. So we'd have 5, 25, 10, 11, 12. Bring the zeros down, bring your decimal down, and I believe it's $12.50. I think you forgot the 1 there.
Oh.
So your answer would be $12.50 equals the X. So that would be your answer.
And does that help you out, Mary Lee?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? If you need some more help with problems like that, simply give us another call. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Right now, we're going to go back to the phones. And Della, how are you this afternoon? Hello, Della.
Hello.
And you're a student at Stockdale Elementary, correct?
Yes.
What grade are you in?
5th.
All right. As soon as you're ready, let's hear that math problem.
Okay. Maurice put 130 trading cards in protector sheets. He filled 7 sheets and put the remaining 4 cards in an 8th sheet. Each of the filled sheets has the same number of cards. How many cards are in each filled sheet?
Okay, so Della, do you know how to do this problem?
No.
Not at all? Okay, so let's try. So, do you have a piece of paper in your hand so you can help me through the problem?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So if there are 130 cards, okay, and we need them, we have 4 that we have remaining and we put away. So we're going to take away 4 from the 130. How many cards do we have left? If we had 130 and we took 4 away because that's the remainder part, how many would we have?
We would have 126.
126 is correct. So if we take 126 cards and we're going to evenly distribute them between 7 sheets that are protective sheets, can we divide 126 into 7?
Yes.
Or 7 into 126? Okay. Do you know how to divide yet?
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell me what 126 divided by 7 would be? How would I do that?
You would do
Which one goes on the outside of the house?
7.
7. So 126 goes on the inside of the house. So then what do I do with the 7?
7 can't go into 1, so You would do 7 times 12.
Okay, and how many times does 7 go into 12?
Let's see. Hold on.
Can,
1 time?
can 7 go into 12 more than 1 time?
No.
No. So 1 times 7, and we'll put the 7 underneath the 12. So how much is 7 minus 12?
4.
How much is 7 minus 12? How much is 12 take away 7?
5.
5. So we're going to put 5 down, and then we're going to bring this 6 down. So how many times can 7 go into 56? Do you know your multiplication tables yet?
Yeah.
So what is 7 times what would equal 56?
7 times 8 equals 56.
Nice. So 8 times 7 is 56, and we have 0. So therefore, there are 18 cards per sheet.
Okay.
Okay. Did that help you?
Yes.
Well, there you go. If you have another problem like that, you know how to work on it. And if you need a little bit of help, simply give us a call. We have phone tutors until 5:30. We've got Stanley in studio. We'll get him back to work in a little bit. We'll visit with the ROC, and we'll do all of that right after this. Today we're in Boron. We're at West Boron Elementary School, home of the Jackrabbits, and today we're here to... We're at West Boron Elementary. We want to see if the 6th graders are in fact able to use 4 4s to come up with the number 6. So what I'd like you to do is come on up first, because I know that you had an answer, right? And I want you to put up on the board what you did the first time, all right? And then we'll take a look, and then we'll go from there and see if there's a way we can fix it, all right? So write nice and large, there you go. So you had 4 plus 4 divided by 4 plus 4. And that, when you did it in your head, came out to be 6, right? Yes. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is remember the order of operations. We have no parentheses. We have no exponents. Do we have any multiplication or division? Yes. Yes, so let's do that first. All right, so do that first. So the 4 divided by 4, right? Okay, so 4 divided by 4 is going to be what? 1. 1. All right, so let's just go up here, we'll put a 1. And now bring everything else up with it. So the 4 plus, and then the plus 4 at the end. So now we've taken care of the division. Do we have any other multiplication or division? No. So now we add and subtract left to right. So let's just go ahead and do this. So what's 4 plus 1?
5.
5 plus 4?
9.
9. Sorry, so put equals 9 on that. Now, when you did it, you originally thought that this was going to be 6. So tell me what you were thinking. What did you think was going to...
So 4 plus 4 would be 8, but 8 divided by 4 is 2.
Right.
And 2 plus 4 equals 6.
So that makes sense the way you said it,
Yes.
right? Because 8 divided by 4 is 2 if we were able to go like that. But in order to make that 8, because we want 8 divided by 4, how do we make this 8? Because here we know we have to do that first. But how can we make 8?
We could do parentheses for...
So put some parentheses in there. Now, let's take a look at it. What's the first thing we have to look for?
Parentheses.
Parentheses. Do we have parentheses?
Yes.
Obviously we do. You just put them in. So what is inside the parentheses?
4 plus 4.
All right. And what does that make?
8.
So let's go ahead and put that up here. Now, bring everything else up. Just rewrite that up there. Now let's go ahead and look at the next step. Do we have any other parentheses?
No.
Do we have any exponents?
No.
Multiplication, division.
Yes.
All right, do the multiplication and or division first.
That would be 8 divided by 4, which is 2.
So put the 2 up there. Write down the rest of the problem. Does that plus 4. Now 2 plus 4 is,
6.
there you go. So your problem, you had the right idea, but you just needed to make sure you put parentheses around it, right? Nice work. Come on over. Let's see how everybody else is doing. Anybody else get a 6? Did you get 6? Ah, there you go. You put the parentheses around that 4 plus 4 right there. Who got? There we go with the parentheses. Any other way to make 6 besides that? Let's see if we can do this. 4 plus 4 is what? 8 minus 4 is plus, what's the square root of 4? What times what is 4?
2.
2. So the square root of 4 is 2, isn't it? So what's 4 plus 4?
8.
8 minus 4?
4.
4 plus 2? 6. There you go. Another way to make 6. Ah, the light comes on in her eyes right there. Lovely. You know what? And we made 6 by using 4 4s with the 6th graders at West Boron Elementary. And once again, a big thanks to all of the staff and students out at West Boron Elementary. We had a great time when we were out there visiting. Kids were great to work with. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. We're going to give Stanley a little bit of a break for just a moment, because right now we're going to go back out live to ROC and check out with Scott.
Thanks, Mike. We're back here at the Regional Occupational Center, and we are at a very specific program, which I'm really excited to hear about. It's the Mobile App Development Education, and we're here with Mr. Lazo. Thanks so much for your time, man. I'm glad you could be with us. So tell us about the program, because I hear it is your brainchild. You have made this program what it is.
Yeah, so I came to ROC at the start of the program, so we had to sit down and write a whole curriculum and develop it out. So it's mobile application development. And in the program, we're teaching students how to create apps, some social media marketing, intro to graphic design, and I believe Brightsign, which is digital signage. So we're just kind of going through the process right now. We've just started, we're in our 4th week of coding. Then once the winter comes around, the students are going to develop a prototype for their app and then present that, and then come back from winter break. They'll actually get to code it out, and we'll learn a little bit more of the marketing aspects of how to pitch an app and how to put it out market.
Right. So applicable, too, because all of us are all addicted to our phones, right?
Yes.
And we're using these apps all the time. But somebody has to write them. Somebody has to come up with an idea. Someone has to figure out how you're going to make that idea work on a phone. So this is what you're teaching, at least the basic elements of that. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So all the kids are glued to their phone, and so now let's figure out how to monetize this. You know, if you're on there playing it and you're purchasing all these little things, well, how can you create an app and make money off of it? So it's trying to teach them another side of the phone, behind the scenes.
And just like most programs in high school, or even elementary school, or junior high, or whatever it is, sounds like there are competitions for just this type of thing, right? So you all have gone to some competitions, is that right?
Yes. So the first year in, my students did a prototype of an app, built a marketing plan around it, and we went to Paso Robles to compete. They won gold. And we went to San Diego for 4 days to compete against other schools in California. Yeah. And we did this again last year. Kids took bronze, and we went to Ontario for 4 days. And so, yeah, there's a bunch of STEM and tech events that these kids compete at.
So you're already having some great success with this program. How long have you been doing this?
So this is my 3rd year teaching, going into my 3rd year. And the first few years have been successful. I've had students win first place in other competitions, and so just it's great to see that what I'm teaching is being applied, and they're learning, and they're winning.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So we want to see some of this stuff. Where are you going to take it first?
We're going to go to Kevin. He's going to show some of the things we do the first couple of weeks of school. We learned to play on this app called Playgrounds, and we're entering code into it. And in order for this character named Bike to move, He has to apply the code, and it'll function.
Oh, good deal. So like most learning games, you have to be able to give some correct answers in order to move forward in the game. And of course, anyone who's watching this, any young student is, hey, get to play video games in this class. Not only make them, but you get to play video games along the way, right?
Correct. So it's kind of a dual purpose. This is how I entice them.
All right, you get them in.
Get them in, and then, but in order to make it work, we got code.
Sure,
So.
sure, there you go. So do we have some code up here on the
We
on
have
the
some
screen?
code, but we'll go back to Jesus,
Yeah, come on
and
back.
he's actually going to show some of the code.
Oh, great.
So some of the code's already been entered here.
Okay.
He's coding for heart rate monitor.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already entered some of the operations in their variables and print statements. So for this one, he has to show just kind of turn stuff into a double, which is turning integers into decimals.
Oh, nice. Hooray for math right there.
Yeah, there
I
you
like
go.
that stuff. That's good. Okay, so, and these students just arrived in your class.
Correct.
4 or 5 weeks ago?
Correct.
And they are right in the middle of it.
Yeah, so I try not to waste any time in the coding because that's, the whole purpose of the class.
Right,
So-
right. Yeah, get right into it. That's
Yeah.
super neat. So ultimately, with a first-year student, what are you shooting for that student to do at the end of this class? You'd said a little bit about a presentation, or they're going to promo or something like that at the end.
So
in December?
the ultimate goal is that they have to be able to learn and code, build out a prototype, and create a marketing plan for it. So, and if they just come second year, we'll build it out and try to push it to the market.
Yeah, so we want to know a little bit more about that. So in our next segment, we're going to see some of your students who are veteran students. They've been doing it for a while. They know exactly what's going on, and we'll see some of the products that they made. At the moment, though, we want to go back to the studio because we hear it's hopping there. A whole bunch of questions today from the callers. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thanks for that, Scott. The phones are cranking out today. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30, and right now we're going to actually go to one of the phone callers. And Caitlin, how are you this afternoon?
Good.
And you're a student at Reagan Elementary, correct?
Yes.
All right, as soon as you're ready, let's hear that math problem.
So the question is, Beth has 1 yard of ribbon. She used 1/3 yard for a project. She wants to divide the rest of the ribbon into pieces 1/6 yard long. How many 1/6 yard pieces of ribbon can she make?
Okay, so Jenna, I just want to make sure I got it right. We have 1 yard total, so we have 1 full yard. We've used 1/3 of it, and so whatever the remaining is, we are going to break it up into 1/6 of that, correct?
Yes.
Do you know how to do this problem, Jenna? Can you walk me through it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I first did 1 minus 1/3.
So you did 1 minus 1/3. Okay, and what did you get?
I got 2/3.
Okay. And then what do we do?
And then I did 2/3 divided by 1/6.
2/3 divided by 1/6. And now, how do you do division in fractions?
You make it into the reciprocal.
So which one would I make into the reciprocal?
1/6.
Perfect. So the 2/3 I would keep the same. Would I keep the division sign the same?
No, you would change it to multiplication.
Okay. And then I would flip, so you said make it the reciprocal, which would be 6/1. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, then how do you multiply fractions?
And then you just multiply straight across.
So then it would be 2 times 6, which would be 12, and
Yes.
3 times 1, which would be 3. Now I have another fraction. What do I do with it?
You're going to divide 12 by 3, which is 4.
So which one? 12 divided by 3, which is 4?
Yes.
Oh, got it. So then our answer would be 4 equal parts?
Yes.
Nice. That is very good. Okay, I'm going to write 4 equal parts. Okay, Jenna, thank you very much. Did we help you a little bit, or did you help me more?
Well, Caitlin did an excellent
Oh,
job
I thought
right
it
there.
was
That's maybe
Jenna.
why she paused for
Sorry,
a moment anyway.
Caitlin.
So Caitlin, nicely done cutting that up. And for your efforts, we're going to send you to a movie of your choice, courtesy of our friends at Maya Cinemas. So congratulations on that. All right, Stanley, you've been hanging around. Time to get back to work, young man. Head on over. Let's clear that board. Now, you know your multiplication tables, and you if it said that you know those. Today we started a little bit with 2-digit by 2-digit. Now we're going to move it up to 3 by 2. All right? So let's try 234 times, and I'll let you select the other 2-digit number to go underneath. There you go. So times 26, draw your line and go to it.
6 times 4 is 24. So we carry the 2, put down the 4. 6 times 3 equals 18. 18 plus 2 plus 2 more is 22.
Okay, so 6 times 3 is 18.
6 times 3 is 18.
So what I do when I add the 2 is when I get ready to add it, I circle it so I know it's done. So 18 plus 2 is 20.
18 plus 2 is 20.
Okay.
Then add another 2.
So you're going to put it, there's no other 2. We're just going to put a 0 right here. And we're going to put a 2 up here. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and go 6 times 2.
6 times 2 equals 12.
And then add.
Plus 2 more, 14.
So you're going to put 14 right there. Okay. Now try the next one. So we're going to go that way. 2 times 4 is?
2 times 4 is 8.
So we're going to put an 8 right here. Okay, now 2 times 3?
2 times 3 is 6.
So put a 6 right there.
And then
2 times 2 is?
2 times 2 is 4.
So it goes right there. And then we're just going to add them all up. Remember, that's a 0. Okay.
4.
Okay.
8. 10. 6.
That was great, Stanley. You did awesome. High five. I'm just gonna, one more, like I got it right. Yay.
There you go. Well done. Learning more every couple of moments that you're in here right now. All right, we have time for another phone caller. Let's go out to Ross, and Ross is a student at Endeavor Elementary. Ross, what grade are you in?
I'm gonna take that.
5th.
All right, and you've got a math problem all ready for us?
Yes.
All right, and Ross, do me a favor, and whatever
Yes.
you're watching us on, if it's a speaker on the internet
Yes.
or something, turn that down. And then you can listen to us just over the phone. It'll make things a little bit easier. And if I still got you there, Ross?
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and read that problem.
Yeah.
Are you watching us on TV?
343 minus 5.
Okay.
Yes.
So 343 minus 5.
Yes.
And then what do I do next?
Divided by 26.
Okay.
Minus 11.
Okay. Do you know how to do this problem?
It's divided by 26.
So it's 343 minus 5 divided by 26 minus
Yes.
11?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how to do this problem?
Kind of.
Okay. So what would the first thing we need to do?
343 minus 5.
Okay, so there's kind of a couple of different ways. If you did this way, I'm going to put parentheses around it just so we know that the 343 minus 5 is its own little thing. Okay, it's its own problem.
Okay.
So can you tell me 343 minus 5 is how much? 343 minus 5 is how much?
Okay.
Are you still there?
343 minus 5.
Okay.
338.
Okay, great. So that's one of its own part. Can you now hop on over to the 26 minus 11 and tell me what 26 minus 11 is?
Okay, before we do that, let's go ahead and stop for a second. When you read the problem, Ross, were there parentheses in the problem?
Yeah.
Where were they exactly? As they are on the board, or were there someplace different?
It was on 343 minus 5.
And that's it?
Yes.
Right, so let's get them off the 26 and 11.
Got it.
Okay.
Because that's going to make two different problems now.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, since we don't have the parentheses on the 26 minus 11, what do we do next? Is there a rule or is there something that I can follow? What do I follow?
PEMDAS.
Got it. So it would be P-E-M-D-A-S, PEMDAS?
Yes.
Okay, so we've just done the parentheses. We don't have any exponents. So
No.
now we need to see the multiplication and division. Is division next?
Yes.
Okay, so 338 divided by 26 is what?
And I'm going to help you out with that. That is 16.
Great.
Or 13, I'm sorry, 13.
Okay, so then we have 13, and then the next thing we do, because we just did multiplication and division, is addition and subtraction. So then we're going to take the minus 11 to go down here. So our answer is going to be 2.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
That makes sense to you, Ross?
Yeah.
All right, because if you had the parentheses around the other part of the problem, you would have a problem where you would end up with a large decimal, and it would be a very difficult problem to go ahead and do. And that's why I wanted to know exactly where the parentheses were. So nicely done. Because of your efforts, you've got yourself a pizza, courtesy of our friends at Cubby's Chicago-style pizza. Nicely done. Hey, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30, as we do most Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And right now, we're going to go out live one more time to the ROC Check In with Scott.
If you guys want one more.
Hey, thanks, Mike. We're back here at the Regional Occupational Center, and we really want to see what this class is doing, the Mobile App Development Education class. So, Mr. Swazo, can you show us what exactly is happening, especially with some of your veteran students who've been around for a while?
Yes, so right now we're going to come to Jeff, and he's going to show some equations that he's got to do with constants and variables. He's going to enter some code in there for trying to figure out the size of the shed, and that's the code that he's entered. And then we can come over here to Ivan.
Tell us a little bit right before we go, because I'm super curious, where did the code come from? Tell us a little bit about that question that you have there.
You have to create two constants, width and height. And so when you create constants, you just put let width equal 20, and then let height equal 10. And then you, for area, you put let area equal width times height, and you sprint it out, and it gives you, it's the math for you, and just gives you the answer is 20. And
So
for this
math
one,
students are really digging this program because it, like you said, it does the math for you.
Yeah.
But you got to know how to make the actual program to do the math for you, right? Gotcha. So you're taking a word problem, it looks like, and squishing it down into some code, and then the computer can do the math. Nice job. All right, so what's next?
All right, so we have Ivan. He's a return student. So this is some of the code that he put in for one of the apps that he's working on.
Yeah, this is in context of an old school spaceship game. So you have a coordinate plane. So right here, if you move left, you go negative stats left. And then if you want to move right, you go positive. Then you add your health, and if you're hit, you lose 5 health, and it goes on and so forth.
So look at me, actually right in the code there, you're using positive and negative numbers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's how you can keep track of your score. That's how you can keep track of the health of the player. So you can keep track of whether you're winning or losing. All those things are necessary. Hey, look at that math, even in computer code. Good deal. Did you write this yourself?
I did.
Nice. Good deal. I like that. That's wonderful. We even have another one. What else is going on down here?
So this is Nate, and he's working on a to-do list app. And so with this one, this is what we call kind of our flowchart / wireframe. This is our main.c report. So this is what in the software Xcode. And so this is what it looks like before you run it. So do you want to run the simulator right now?
Yeah.
So then our simulator is basically what the app would look like on a phone. It's a simulation of it.
Oh, wonderful. So now we're taking that stuff that we're coding and putting it right on the phone and seeing what it's actually going to do.
Correct. So, and this is one of the to-do list apps. So you get to pick a date, a time, let's say, remember to go pick up groceries, or remember to do your homework, or go feed the dog. This is one of the apps that we build in our classroom. And so you can delete. And so it functions like an iPhone, but it's basically a simulator.
Okay, that makes sense. And so you get to simulate the code that you've written in class to see if it works like you wanted it to work.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, is this like a test in your class? If you were going to give a test to these students, it would be like, hey, make this app do what you wanted to do. Is that how it works?
Well, a little bit. We also have vocab tests just to make sure we know what we're reading and what we're coding exactly. But I mean, we've had competitions where we've had to make apps like this. We've had ROC Olympics actually, and we had to build a Simon Says app. So that was pretty fun.
So yes, it's a form of like a formative assessment, and it's kind of like this is basically kind of what the purpose of the class is. Can you code, and can you prove that you can code? And
Right.
So this is it's a
Sure,
formative
there
test.
has to be a way for us to figure out if you're knowing what's going on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so if a student wanted to get in your class, because it's such an amazing program, what do they do?
You can go to roc.kernhigh.org to find out more information. You can always email me at walter_swazo@kern.org, or you can follow us on social media platforms at Swazo.
Wait a minute, you have social media for this class?
Yes, we do.
I thought you might. Of all the classes, this would be the one to have it.
Yes.
Definitely.
So that's basically we're trying to teach kids how to use social media marketing for a good purpose, and so what other way than have one for the class and let them they can post stuff on there as well. So.
Sure. Okay, well, we have to leave you with a little token. Okay, we love you to be on Do the Math, so we have a tile here, Do the Math tile. I know you don't have a lot of tile in the room, but maybe this is the beginning, a nice little tile wall or something. Really appreciate your time today. We
Thank you
learned
for
a whole
coming.
bunch of stuff, and it was great to be out here.
Appreciate
at
it.
the
Thank
ROC
you.
Center. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Back to you in the studio, and we will continue to do some coding after we leave here.
All right, nicely done, Scott. Thanks for all the folks out at the ROC today. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Thanks to all of the students that phoned in this afternoon, whether you were on air or simply working with the phone tutors in studio. Thank you to Stanley for coming in today. And you know what? We have a shirt for you. This is basically a uniform now. So you are now an ambassador for Do the Math, and that means you have to tell other people about the show. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right, nicely done. And because you will do that, we are also sending you home with some gifts, and one of them includes a meal courtesy of our friends at Chick-fil-A. So congratulations on that. And you said you like Chick-fil-A, huh? Oh, that's good stuff. I'll tell you right now, the old man eat that up all the time. That's good, isn't it? All right, you feel good about multiplication a little bit now?
Yeah.
You'll be a step ahead when you start doing it in class now, all right? So well done today. All right, we do have phone tutors until 5:30, most Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Until we meet again, continue to do the math.
Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, California Resources Corporation, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the Kern High School District, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.